Hi folks, this is Jeremy and you are watching RetroFat. I am just a fat guy losing weight with pop culture. I'm currently down over 100 pounds. I've got a lot more to go, so stick with me. Hopefully you'll see me get thinner. I am reacting my way through Just the 10 of Us for the second time and the Torkelsons. Right now I'm trying to do one week and the other the next. I do shorts from the Power Rangers as I watch them while doing cardio in the gym. I also lift weights, so those are only coming like 2 or 3 times a week now. But my goal is to finish all of Power Rangers of 973-ish episodes by the time I hit goal weight. I also have some horror movie reactions in the works. They will not be reactions like this. There are very few things that I can watch in its entirety with the YouTube's algorithms. So those will be more of like a review reaction with clips. I'm thinking of doing the same with Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Not quite sure when, but hopefully soon, because I love that series and I would love to share my thoughts with that also. Regardless, tonight we are watching episode 4 of season 2 of Just the 10 of Us. This is one of the more popular episodes of the series, I feel. It's the dinner test, which features a young Matthew Perry. This episode was directed by Howard Storm and written by Rich Reinhardt, who appears in multiple episodes of Just the 10 of Us. I don't think he's in this one, but I'll point him out in the future when he is there. This episode first aired on November 18th, 1988, and was watched by 18.9 million viewers. It had a 12.2 share, a 20 rating, and was 42nd that week in the Nielsen's. It lost a bit of Mr. Belvedere's audience, which is pretty standard for a show, I think, airing at 9:30 Central on a Friday night especially. But as always, I like to compare this to Growing Pains numbers. Growing Pains this week had 30.3 million viewers, a 20.2 share, 32 rating, and was 7th that week. So Growing Pains definitely was a big show. Speaking of Growing Pains, Matthew Perry, obviously, if you're a fan of both shows, you know that he was in a very infamous episode where he played Sandy, a boyfriend of Carol's, who died in a drunk driving accident. He was actually in, I think, 3 episodes of Growing Pains, including one that aired in January of 1989, which was just 2 months after this one. I am going to assume that he was in Just the 10 of Us first. I don't know that for sure. But I do feel like it's very safe to assume that his work with either show influenced his appearance on the other. We also know that Growing Pains and Just the 10 of Us shared a lot of actors, which, I don't know, I really like that because it shows me that the creators of the show, if they liked your work, they were going to be loyal and would bring you back, and I think that is fantastic. Now, the unfortunate reality of Matthew Perry in Growing Pains, playing a character who died after a drunk driving accident, that is not lost on me, given the unfortunate circumstances of his death. The first time I reacted to this episode, he was still with us, and he no longer is. He passed away on October 28th, 2023. After his death, I read his autobiography, Friends, Lovers, and the Big Terrible Thing, and while it was not exactly what I would call a fun read, it was very interesting and gave some real insights into his addiction. Bill Kirchenbauer has shared publicly that Matthew Perry was a phenomenally talented comedic actor, and this is obviously extremely evident in Perry's body of work. I mean, his death is a real tragedy. So there's no fun way to segue into this, and unfortunately here in just a few moments I'm going to have a little bit more tragic news to share about one of the guest actors in this episode. So for now, let's just start watching and try to have as good a time as we can. So here we go.
Like I said, Skylar, one of the reasons Mrs. Lubbock and I invited you over to dinner tonight is that we like to meet a boy before he takes one of our daughters out on a date. It's sort of a Lubbock family tradition.
Yeah, City filled me in. This is like, it's like a test to see if I'm okay, right?
A test? Isn't that ridiculous?
Oh, no, Skylar, this is just a relaxed way of getting to know each other.
Hi, sorry I'm late, but there was a sale on at the mall, and you know me and shopping. Oh my God, the dinner test.
Cindy, would you introduce your guest to your sister?
No.
Cindy.
Wendy, this is Skylar Simpson.
Yo, Sky.
Sky wants to take Cindy out to a party Saturday night.
Yeah, it's gonna be a blast. Ow! A wholesome evening of mild diversion.
Yes, sports fans, he choked with the bases loaded. And
JR, would you mind giving Mr. Microphone a rest?
So what you're saying, Sky, is that this party's not going to be as wild as the ones you usually go to?
Oh, no. Yes. We'll do a little dance and drink a little punch.
Get down tonight.
Yeah, little babe.
Sky loves kids. And dogs. Oh my goodness, I've forgotten the milk. Would one of you girls get the carton from the kitchen, please?
Hey, I like these garbanzo beans. They look just like little butts.
Poor Cindy. Well, maybe next time she'll pick a guy who can eat with utensils. Why didn't somebody tell me we were having the dinner test tonight? We didn't know. No one did.
Until Dad found out Cindy's gonna meet Sky at a frat party.
Oh, he'll be lucky if he leaves here alive.
Yeah, I want to see Dad throw this guy out on his firm young buttocks. That's just the way I feel.
Uh-huh. So you like to think of each babe as somebody's sister?
Yeah, I do, sir.
Well, young man, I think I put you through enough pain.
Oh, yeah. No.
Well, you were right. This was sort of a test to see whether you were worthy to take Cindy out. And, well, golly gosh darn, I'll just have to say it. You passed.
I did.
You did?
Yeah, you passed the test with flying colors.
Anyone for milk?
Over here. Sky just passed the test.
Yeah, fill her up.
You know, I think this occasion calls for something a little stronger than milk. Sky, how about a brewski?
Oh, great. I love beer.
Great opening. One thing I want to share, I like when shows literally put up a fourth wall, and I don't mean metaphorically, I mean physically, because whenever we saw Marie and Connie at the table, we could see the wall, which is normally where we're looking into their living room. I know the show was recorded before, a studio audience. Obviously, those scenes couldn't have been, so just the part of me that's curious about how shows are made, I am interested. I would like to know what that is like. What are these filmed beforehand during like rehearsal? Are they filmed after? Because clearly they have to put up some type of temporary wall to make that happen. Just something I'm curious about. So I can imagine in theater, but I've never seen a sitcom taping, so I don't know what that's like. Now for my news, it's just kind of a bummer. Granted, this happened 33 years ago, but the actor who played Sky, was played by Philip Linton, and he died in 1992. He was apparently gay. I've not found any real confirmation of that. He wasn't a huge named actor, so there's not a lot for something that happened, again, 33 years ago. But apparently he was gay, and he passed away of complications from AIDS. Just sad news. I think he played this part really well. He just played kind of this, boyfriend type for Cindy, who seems to be about Cindy's level of intelligence. He played it well. I also have to say that I find it a little bit ironic. I don't know if irony is the right word, but it's interesting. We'll say that. It's definitely not ironic. It's interesting that both of our dinner date actors, Philip Linton and Matthew Perry, have passed long before their time.
It's a race and I know I can win it, 'cause I'm learning the rules of the game. If I can stay on the ball, take it minute by minute, I just might make the Hall of Fame. What can I say? I'm doing it the best I can. Leaning on nobody but me. Oh, seeing it from where I stand. Nothing comes easy. Oh, I'm always bringing home second places. At the end of every one of my daisies, a house with love on all of the faces that keeps me doing it the best I
time I find a guy I want to have a meaningful relationship with, Dad throws him out on his ear.
You never took anatomy, did you?
I mean, so what if Sky spent time in a reform school? He got out on good behavior. Good behavior.
I know. I read his tattoo.
I mean, no one else our age has to go through the stinking dinner test. We'll all be old maids before we can find guys who can please Dad.
Not me. I'm going to marry Carl Sagan.
Isn't he a little old?
You're right. Make that Tom Cruise.
You're awfully quiet.
I'm grieving for your loss.
No, this has nothing to do with that felon I brought home. You are hiding something.
What? Well, I wasn't shopping today. I was walking home from school, minding my own business, when all of a sudden I heard this terrible tire screech behind me. So I turned around, and there he was. Candy apple red 5-liter V8 rally tune suspension and a custom rear end.
Oh! What was he driving?
He was driving me up the wall. His name is Bill something, and he works at the car lot across from the mall. He's gorgeous, and he gets to drive his pick of any car on the lot.
Wait, he works? He doesn't go to school?
Well, why would a 23-year-old go to school?
He's 23? He's not a guy, he's a man.
I know.
The man's me. I
He asked me to go to the drive-in tomorrow night.
know. Wow. Wait, he'll never pass Dad's dinner test.
That's why you're keeping your mouth shut. And I'm sneaking out tomorrow night. Whatever his needs are, I'm going out with Bill.
Bill who?
Oh, a friend of Cindy's.
And you're going out with him? Who's Wendy going out with? Bill something.
All right! Dad! Wendy's got another date for you!
All right, so a few thoughts. I feel like I mentioned this last time, but I have to bring it up again. As a teenager, I don't think it would have hit me in the same way. As a 46-year-old man, it absolutely does. 23-year-old man interested in a 16-year-old girl, and I know that is not unusual. That is absolutely a thing, and it is gross. Let's just say I would hope Wendy would know better, but while I maintain she's the smartest Lubbock, she still makes very poor choices. There's something else I want to mention. So this episode establishes, and keep in mind, we're 8 episodes in to the entire run of Just the 10 of Us. We still have so much show left to go. This episode establishes that we have a dinner test whenever one of the girls wants to date someone. And we don't see that again until JR brings home a girl much later. So I feel like, it's not done consistently, and the girls absolutely date. I'm also going to kind of challenge, you know what? I'm going to hold on that thought. I was about to say that I feel like Graham would know most of the boys around Wendy and Cindy, but I forget this is just a single private Catholic school, and there are other schools in this, decent sized town. So I'm gonna hold off on that. I may have thoughts on it later, but for now, let's just keep watching. Okay, nope, I have to jump into it. Okay, this is what I was thinking, but I couldn't 100% remember. Ed, Matthew Perry, is clearly a student at St. Augie's. We can tell by his jacket, at least I'm pretty sure. We may learn differently. In which case, I'm going to say that Graham should absolutely already know Ed, at least at some level, be familiar with him. So, again, we can suspend belief a little bit. It's fine.
Oh, sorry I'm late. I didn't know where the library was.
Let's get started. We don't have much time to find him.
Find who?
The guy that's going to pass the dinner test tonight.
Yeah, but you told Mom and Dad that you were bringing Bill home for dinner.
I am. I'm looking for somebody to pretend to be Bill. Somebody that Dad will think is safe for me to go out with.
We should go to a cemetery.
Now, look for somebody that's really into this book stuff.
What about him?
get real, Cindy. If I brought him home, Dad would know that I'm trying to pull something. He's got to be a dork, but not too much of a dork. Somebody that would go out with Connie. Oh, gotcha. Oh, too hot. Too cold. We're talking polar ice cap. How about him? Short hair, pants with a fresh crease. Maybe. What's he looking up?
Quantum mechanics. Good to know about cars.
Grab him.
Hi. Do you have the time?
For what?
The time.
Oh. Oh, it's 3:30.
Nice watch.
Roman numerals.
Yeah, my dad gave it to me for my birthday.
Pens in his pocket.
There's no buttons missing.
Do you wear glasses?
No.
Could you?
Huh?
I'm getting a little ahead of myself. I'm Wendy Lubbock, and this is my sister Cindy.
I know. I'm Ed.
Oh, Ed. That's one of my favorite names. It's so easy to spell.
Well,
May I call you Bill?
You can call me anything if you keep talking to me.
Cindy, I told you he was smart.
He's brilliant.
Thanks.
So how'd you like to go on a pretend date with me?
Sure. You want to go out again?
Cute. Now we have to teach you what my dad likes to hear.
Why?
So he'll let you go out with Wendy.
Yeah, well, I thought this was kind of a pretend date.
It is Bill.
Get with it, Ed.
We definitely see Matthew Perry's comedic timing, his delivery here. And I'm realizing, maybe I've thought this before, but Ed feels very Chandler-like a bit. I've seen him in other roles, so I'm not by any means implying Perry can only act as one type of person. But yeah, we have that kind of adorable Chandler energy going on here. I love watching Wendy and Cindy play off each other. They really do play these twin sister roles so fantastically. And also, this is so clearly 1988. Did you see Wendy's shoulder pads? Those were gigantic.
Here we go.
There's nothing like the prospect of a battle to the death to boost the old appetite.
You enjoy these little tests, don't you?
Elizabeth, you think I enjoy cutting down a healthy young man in his prime? Exposing the chinks in his armor and the clay in his feet?
Uh-huh.
Well, you're wrong. There was no enjoyment in this for me whatsoever. Showtime!
Bill, come in.
These are for you.
Oh, Bill, you're so thoughtful. Nice touch.
That's Wendy's date?
He's so normal.
Exactly.
Dad, we're coming to meet the family. Hi, this is Cindy. You haven't met her before.
Right. Nice not meeting you.
These are my other sisters, Marie, Connie, this is Sherry, and my brother, JR. Hi.
Hi.
Dad, this is my date for tonight. Bill.
So, you're Bill.
That's right.
Uh-huh. Mm. Uh-huh.
Is something wrong?
Well, now, that's what we're here to find out now, aren't we? So, Bill, I see you're right on time.
Oh, yes, sir. Punctuality is a habit.
Oh, you probably jam your foot on the accelerator whenever you're running late, right?
Oh, no, not after what happened to me last summer.
Golly, I hope you weren't in an accident.
Oh, no, I won a commendation from the National Council of Safe Drivers.
Oh, way to go, Bill.
Yeah, nice going.
Oh, so this must be Bill. I'm Wendy's mother. Welcome.
It's a pleasure to...
Wait.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Mrs. Lubbock.
Thank you. So, Bill, You're so normal.
Thank you.
That's why he's here.
So, Bill, have a seat. Mi casa is su casa.
Oh, gracias. Es muy generoso.
He said thank you.
Wendy, see if your guest would like a roll.
Roll, Bill?
Thank you.
Premium spread?
Thank you. Excuse me, but at my house we usually say grace before meals. Would you mind if I said it now?
Uh-huh.
If you can.
I'll give it a try. Benedicamus Deus, pro omnibus beneficiis, tuis qui vivat et regnat in secula seculorum. Ora pro nobis et propria nostra.
All right, so I speak very little Spanish, but he didn't exactly say thank you. He said, I think, basically, you are very generous. I also like this whole interaction. I honestly wish we could have had more dinner test episodes because these are so much fun. And I think it was almost a missed opportunity that we didn't get at least one dinner test episode for every one of our dating characters. Can you imagine getting to see... Again, I've shared many times, Marie and Doozler are my end game. A Doozler dinner test episode, it would have been fantastic. I also liked that Connie gave him the butter, which was not butter because it was the late 80s and everyone was using margarine. So, premium spread. Nice little gag.
Okay, so you won the stinking Buckminster Scholarship Award 3 years running. Any doofus can get good grades.
Damn, could you keep it down? I just got the babies to sleep. Oh, and Bill, Frere, and Jacques work like a charm.
I'm glad.
Oh, your little sisters are very lucky to have you at home.
Okay, but my point is that an education is fine. But the real challenge in this world is how to earn a buck.
Oh, sir, I have to disagree with you.
Bill?
Well, I just think that there are more important things than making a lot of money.
What are you planning to be? A poet?
No, my goal is the most noble calling imaginable. It's your job, sir, a teacher. The satisfaction of opening up new vistas for young people far outweighs any monetary compensation. Don't you agree, sir?
Yeah, it's a miracle a day. But the point...
Could I talk to you in the kitchen for a moment?
Not now, Elizabeth. If you really... Ow!
You're doing great. Keep it up.
Thanks.
Bram, honey, we have a slight problem. There's not enough food.
Why not?
Well, no boy's ever made it past the salad before. I didn't bother to make him any chicken.
Well, I better haul out the big guns. Give me the chicken.
Will you really show me how to use an electron microscope?
Sure, I show my little sister and she's half your age.
Don't let this guy get away.
Oh, I won't.
So, Bill, I hope you like chicken.
I love it.
Good. Now, what does a red-blooded American boy like yourself prefer to sink his teeth into? Leg or breast?
Wing.
Such a great interplay here between all the characters. Matthew Perry's nailing it. He's also doing such a great job with Wendy of just like he's clearly falling for her, and you can tell he's hoping it's more than it is, and it's just nice and fun. I love also seeing Wendy's family, her siblings, and even her mother fall for him as well. And I will also point this out, this kind of occurred to me, with him telling Elizabeth to try Frere Jacques to help the babies get to sleep. We have now, so we have English, obviously, that he's speaking, Spanish a little bit, Latin in the prayer, and French. So he is a cultured man.
This is going great. I know. Ed is the perfect Bill.
Wendy, do me a favor. Next time I need a boy to pass Dad's dinner test,
Could I borrow him?
Cindy, think a minute.
Okay. Now what?
Mom and Dad already know him as Bill.
Oh, yeah. I'll have to think up a whole new name for him.
All right, Wendy, what gives?
What do you mean?
I know this guy isn't Bill. He's Ed something.
Who told you?
No one. I looked inside his wallet. It fell out while I was going through his coat.
Okay, here's the story. His name is Ed, and he's pretending to be Bill because if Dad met the real Bill, he wouldn't let me anywhere near him. So please, oh please don't say a word.
So that means you're not interested in Ed, right?
Ed? No.
Great, because I want to have his children.
Wendy, I owe you an apology.
For what? For Bill. You like him too?
Right down to his soul. And all this time, I thought you were a born flirt with no taste in man. But the very fact you could bring someone home like Bill proves you're not nearly the slut bucket I thought you were. I meant that as a compliment.
So I want to point out, Connie was the first to fall for Bill Ed, that we know of, and they were looking for somebody who would date Connie. So that's a nice throwback. And also, Marie just called Wendy a slut bucket. This was on Friday night, sitcom, family show. I love the show. Like, who gets away with that? And that is something that would have gotten like ooze on Married with Children. And here it just flows freely. And that is, I think, hysterical.
Graham, how long are you going to stay out here?
I'm thinking. This guy's slick. He's got to be hiding something.
Oh, honey, why don't you just give up and admit he's a nice boy?
He was really all that nice. Why would Wendy be interested in him? Where'd she even meet a guy like that? Aha! That's it. Elizabeth, how long are you going to stay out here?
Love it. This pie is wonderful.
Yeah. So, Bill, how did you and Wendy meet each other?
Oh, we met in the library.
The library?
Yes, sir.
Wendy, what in God's name were you doing in the library? And don't anyone else say a word. Well, Wendy, I'm waiting.
Well, I was in the library because, I was there for detention.
So close. So you're saying that World War I was wrong? The war to end all wars? What about World War II? Or Korea? Were those wrong too? What were you doing in the Vietnam War?
I was in daycare.
Yeah, well, a lot of kids took the easy way out. No, Elizabeth. Let's talk about Teddy Roosevelt and the building of the Panama Canal.
Oh, Graham, enough.
What?
I believe the test is over.
Huh?
Go on, tell him.
How'd I do?
You were wonderful.
Yeah.
Bill, son, you passed the test.
I did? Thank you, Coach Lubbock. Thank you.
No, thank you. You're really a pretty solid guy, isn't he? Come on, let's give him some credit. You know, I think this calls for a celebration. How about a little sherry?
Excuse me?
I meant a drink.
Oh, sir, I can't. I'm underage. I have to just say no.
What's the matter? You see a cop around here? One little snort won't hurt. Put some hair on your chest. What are you, chicken?
Coach Lubbock, I'm sorry. I don't drink. Ever.
I can take out my daughter.
Pardon?
I said you can take out my stinking daughter. All right, so we passed. Let's not make a federal case out of it.
Well, young man, you could take out any of our daughters.
Yes!
Thanks, but I really only want to take out Wendy.
Well, she's yours. Enjoy.
Well, thank you very much for everything, Mrs. Lubbock.
Oh, no, thank you. We loved having you. Didn't we, girl?
Yeah!
Didn't we, Graham?
Yeah, it was a thrilling minute.
Well, good night. Enjoy the movie.
We will.
We sure did.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh, you were great, especially that part when my mom said that you could take out any one of her daughters, and you said, I only want to take out Wendy. Oh, that was beautiful.
It was true.
Oh, you can break character now. Oh, my God. It's almost VIII. We just have time for you to drive me to the place where I'm meeting Bill, so let's go.
So what time's this guy Bill supposed to meet you anyway?
8 o'clock.
Maybe he's not going to show up.
Oh, after what we went through, we better.
Oh, yeah, right. What?
When you told that story about how you helped your little sister win her merit badge in first aid, I nearly busted out laughing. I mean, how corny can you get?
Yeah, I just made that up. So, how long have you known this guy, Bill?
Oh, I just met him yesterday. This is our first date.
Great! I mean, I hope you have a great date.
You hope?
Boy, we sure made a great team, didn't we?
Uh-huh.
And just think, it would be okay with your parents if you and I went out together sometime.
Yeah.
So what do you say?
Oh, about what?
A date sometime?
You and I?
Yeah.
Would it be in this car?
If I could borrow a better one.
Oh, yeah, sure. I mean, it might be fun. When?
Hey, babe, ready to roll?
Yeah, in a minute. Well, thanks, Ed. See ya!
Now, a few things, but first I want to say that IMDb has a character they call Wendy's boyfriend, which I'm assuming is the real Bill. That actor, or at least the voice, is supposed to be Oliver Thies, who, from what I can tell from his IMDb, does a lot of stunt work. And near as I can tell, based on the different spelling of his last name, he is not related to Brooke Thies, which I had to look up because her husband is on the show a few times later. The other thing I want to say is I really like that Wendy, even if she was just being kind, she still entertained the notion of going on a real date with Ed. She even said, like, yeah, that could be fun. And it didn't necessarily feel like she was blowing him off. Wendy at least has the emotional intelligence to be kind. And I'm kind of sad he didn't come back at some point in the show. But
do I love you? What do my eyes tell you?
Oh, how can you two watch this? That Alexis woman is so shallow and manipulative.
I like to see how the other half lives.
Oh, hi, honey. Gee, you're home early.
I know the movie wasn't very good. What was Bill like? He was like he was when you met him tonight at dinner? Oh, yeah.
So you didn't have a good time, huh?
It was all right.
Jeannie seems so nice at dinner. Well, Melissa and I are up past our bedtime, huh, honey? Night, Connie. Night, Cindy. Night, Alexis. I mean, Wendy.
Night, Mom.
Night, Mom. Okay, what was the date like, really?
I told you. It was a bummer.
Come on, this isn't Mom you're talking to. I want the truth.
The second Bill and I got to the drive-in, he started pawing me like crazy.
Gee, and he seemed so nice at dinner.
You never met him.
Oh, yeah.
I don't get it. I thought he had class. I mean, he drove a Corvette, for God's sake.
Wendy, did you ever think that maybe your date turned out badly because you pick guys for superficial reasons? Like what kind of cars they drive?
Yeah, Connie's right. Well, how else would you judge a guy?
By the really important qualities, like
His hair, his eyes, and whether his clothes have designer labels and if they fit really tight.
oh, forget it. Just forget it. Look, if you're going to let a great guy like Ed slip through your fingers, then there's no way I can make you understand, even if I talk until the cows come home.
A lot you know. We didn't even have cows.
You know, Ed did kind of grow on me.
Yeah, he was kind of cute in a dorky sort of way.
And I barely even noticed that he drove a 63 VW with a stock engine, bad valves, and a blown muffler. Maybe Connie's right. Huh? I mean, maybe I have been making superficial judgments about guys going for flash instead of substance. I mean, maybe my whole approach to life is wrong. Or maybe I'm just a little tired and I don't know what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's it.
All right, so two things. One, I wish we had gotten more of Wendy being a car girl in this show, and I don't think we do, but she was attracted to the real Bill's car, and she even knew about Ed's car. I think that would have been a nice little character development for Wendy. I also love that basically Elizabeth at all but tell us, yeah, I know something is up. I know you're manipulating us. I do not suspect that was the real Bill. I like that touch that Elizabeth is like, okay, something is up. She's clearly not going to tell Graham her daughter's home safely, but she also knows that Wendy is shallow and manipulative, as evidenced by the events of this episode. Okay. That's all I have for tonight. I love this show. This is a great episode. We have so many good ones in season 2. Anytime I watch this show, there's still a little part of me that grieves what could have been. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. Have a great day, and I will see you next week.